forget the shivers whenever I'm thinking about you.
Welcome back guys to Reviving Salvage. We're back in the garage working on the Mini Cooper Sidewalk. So if you haven't seen any of this, go back and watch that first guys before you carry on with this video. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. It means a lot. There's a lot to do on this car. Obviously you can see the front end's missing. We got a lot to go and do on this. Before I get on with this, the usual guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video and comment below. Let me know what you think. Right, okay, before I get into this, I want to show you a few things, and I also want to give out a massive shout out to one of my subscribers, Chris Lambone. I think that's how you pronounce your surname, correct me if I'm wrong. I had a shock on the Sunday last week. I had a massive shock when the delivery through the door from Amazon, and it was parcel with stuff in, so obviously I opened it up thinking it was something I ordered I could remember, and I'll show you right now guys. He has kindly sent me things in for the garage. Thermometer, two rules, absolutely love it. He watched the Land Rover video and he seen I was struggling because I didn't have the correct pry tools, and he also sent me this kit in. I can't thank you enough, Chris. I really do appreciate it. I am still in shock, to be honest, that someone would be so kind as to send something in to me. I thought that things like that never happened to a small-time YouTuber like myself or a small-time creator. These will definitely be taking pride in place in the garage. Once I get this car sorted, I want to give it a good sort out because the garage is an absolute mess at the moment, and I definitely will be using this. So once again, Chris, thank you so much for sending these in to me. I'm really grateful. You're a really generous guy and I really do appreciate it. Also, while I'm on the subject of shout out, there's another one. He's a Welsh guy, John Prosser. I hope you like and enjoying the content, buddy. And thank you very much for subscribing. He's one of my first subscribers. So yes, you John, thank you very much. I do appreciate you subscribing and watching my content every week. Take care, bud. Okay, we have an absolute pile of things all over the floor. I'd be honest, I can't remember where I left off with this car. It's been, I'd say it's been about 2 weeks since I've been in here. I've been waiting for parts to be delivered. I didn't want to be starting something and then not having the bits to do it. So I've made sure I've tried to get everything that I need to get this completed. Now, what I can remember on the last video, I obviously took the front end down, stripped it right back. And as you can see, it comes with the oil leaks. That's standard on a Mini, I believe. They are prone for a lot of oil leaks. So I know that we got to sort that. If you follow me on Instagram, you would see that all these bits that I post to show what I'm doing. So we got a complete seal set for it, for the sump and everything, because it's leaking from the sump. So we got that. We got a clutch tool there. We got a clutch, because obviously I've been told before, if you're taking that off, because I think the seal has gone in there as well, so I'm taking that off, why not do the clutch? And it's not the best anyway. It's done 70,000 miles. I think it might be the original one. So you're in there potching, why not change the clutch, guys? I think that was £111, which is, you know, decent for a clutch. LUK is not a bad make, I think. So we've got gearbox oil, we've got power steering, because the fluid I put in the power steering previously was the old stuff, topped with a little bit of new when I ran out. So I weren't happy with that anyway. It was just to get the car up here. We got antifreeze, the usual, carbon filter, pollen filter, spark plugs, oil filter. So it's having the works. I've also been on to Powerful UK Limited, which is normally a Land Rover site, and they do tools for Minis. And this is the tension bar. It's their own design for the auxiliary belt. I am going to replace this belt, guys. Just haven't got one yet. But this is the tool to use for it. Very easy to use. Looks easier than the one big bar that you can get. So that's another tool I'll be using. We've got slam panel there. We've got to transfer all the radiator, all the bits off that one onto that one. So that's another job to be done. I know we've got to take the subframe off again. I put the subframe on temporarily just to get the car in the garage so we can work on it better. But I want to take the subframe off. I want to treat that subframe, give it a good sand down. A lot of you guys have commented and said yes, totally agree, you're doing the right thing by doing that. So the garage is starting to fill up. I'll be honest, it's starting to look like a garage now, guys. But the car is an absolute mess. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done anything to this car, so I've got to try and remember where things go. That's the thing with when you leave things, it's trying to remember where all the bolts and things go. So before I do anything else on this car, I want to get my get my bearings, make sure I got everything in place, and put everything out of the way so I got plenty of room to get the subframe out. I think I'll probably just time lapse the subframe as you've seen me do it on the last video. You don't want to see me do it again. There's plenty of content out there. I'm just gonna whip it off. Well, I say whip, it's going to be a nightmare probably. But I'm not going to be, at least I don't have to touch the bushes or anything like that. That's all I got. Oh, another thing I have bought is a torque wrench, guys. Brand new one, it's down here somewhere. Quite an heavy duty one, as I know. Them bushes, I think are like 160 Newton meters or whatever. So they are quite tight, so they need to be torqued up. Everything needs to be torqued up correctly, and I wanted one for the gearbox anyway. So before anyone says anything, I have got a torque wrench, and I'm going to be doing all the torque settings correctly as well. This car is going to be absolutely mint once it's finished, and it's going to be an excellent car for someone. Oh, and one more thing, guys. In that box there, which I'll be getting out as well, is an engine stand or hoist, which goes across the top, or engine support bar that goes across the top of the engine there. That is to aid me supporting the engine and getting the gearbox out, guys, because the last time on the Audi A1 I tried to manhandle that gearbox out, not this one but on the Audi A1, and I hurt my back and it was an absolute bloody nightmare trying to get it out. So I'm not doing that now. Obviously I'm up to the garage on my own. You got to be safe, especially if you're up here on your own. If anything happens, no one's going to hear you scream, basically. So safety is number one priority. So I'm going to make sure that everything is supported and I'm not have anything fall on me, guys. So I have rambled on loads. Thank you all for subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Do follow me on social media sites, reviving_salvage. I do post a lot of information on there, guys. Pictures, videos, all different things of what I'm getting up to that you don't usually get to see on YouTube straight away. So without further ado, guys, I am going to crack on now and get starting tidying up this garage a little bit, because it is a hell of a mess, and start stripping down this Mini. Okay, first things first, let's get this subframe off so we can sort this subframe out and get it looking pretty decent. Okay, the first hurdle, I can't open the boot. The battery is totally dead. So it is obviously an issue with that battery. We're gonna have to get it replaced. There's no life in it at all. So I'm lucky enough, I've still got the battery off the Audi A1, the new one. I put the old one back on it because I fixed it. And I weren't gonna sell the car at auction with a brand new battery. So simple, I kept the new battery. So I'll use that now and try and get some life into this. All fun, guys, all fun. Oh, guys, right, I've just been around to the boot, and for the life of me, I don't know where the hell I've put the locking wheel nut. So that boot is open. I'm going to disconnect that battery now. I got to disconnect the battery anyway. But where the hell have I put the locking wheel nut? This is because I'm in a hell of a mess. It's going to be one of these days, guys. I know it. I can feel it. Jackpot, guys. Found it. Okay, let's get these wheels off. Okay, now the wheels are off, we can disconnect all the wishbone and everything again. I knew we'd do this. This is my bloody Lex. Doesn't want to come out because he's brand new. Okay, what I've done is it would not come undone from underneath, so I've undone the two bolts that hold dual ball joint in place. With them, and now it's loose. I didn't want to damage any more of that. That's off, so that's free. So that is another option. If you can't do that, do it from there. Drop link now, guys. Okay, that's all. I'm done there. I'm done there. So it's all ready to be dropped. So you've got a bolt there. Bolt there. I've already taken the tubing off on the front, so and if you're lucky it should come out easy, all greased up, and that'll be the front, and then do the same the other side. Okay, no point showing it all, but I've undone all the bolts around the subframe, so it's just a case I've undone that. I've also undone the bolt for the steering. That's undone. Everything should be undone now. It's just a case of lowering down the subframe and just unclicking the power steering wires. So let's see if we can get this down. that was an absolute nightmare to get out. Worse than the first time. Everything was just getting caught up. It wouldn't come out from under there. So I gotta catch my breath. So that's all we're gonna do, is we're gonna sand down all the flaky bits and give it a good clean and give it a paint. Like I said, it looks worse, it's just a bit of surface rust. It doesn't really need doing, but it looks worse on the camera than what it actually is, guys. But I will give it a good paint and we can start cracking on then with that. So we'll do this first. So this is done, and it can dry and go from there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just give this a brush down with some wire brush fittings, just to get the big chunks out. Also got eye protection, so. Okay, it's coming up nice. So what I'm doing is taking the bubbly surface rust off. I'm not going full log on it. So at least the paint I use, the Amrite paint I'm going to be using, is going to have a good key to stick to. And that's it, guys. It's not going to be perfect. It's not a full restoration job. It's just to stop it from rusting. So I'm just going to crack on them and just start getting some paint on this bad boy. Well, I didn't realise, but my phone had stopped filming. I think the memory's full again. So anyway, I've done the top bit. Tell me what you think, guys. It looks a lot better, doesn't it? Okay, it's not 100% perfect, but it's definitely better than not doing it at all in there. It's Amrite paint. It'll protect against it from rusting, and it also stops the rust coming back. I'm gonna leave that dry now. Car's still in bits, bit of a mess. I'm gonna go home and have something to eat while that's gonna dry. So I'll catch you in about 5 minutes, guys. A couple of days later now, guys. I do apologise for the noise, but the garage over there is having, well, they built a new garage, so it's a bit noisy. The subframe has been treated both sides now, so that is done. I left it dry and then painted it again, so that is all tidy. Now we can start work on taking the sump out, replacing the seals, and also trying to start getting this gearbox out. I know two of the plugs, well, two of the bolts go into the gearbox. That's got to come out anyway from the sump. First things first, let's get draining the oil out of the gearbox and the sump. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do is somehow get this off there. Appreciate, guys. I don't know why I'm bothering filming this. What I'm trying to do now is take the oil filter off, which is down there. Get the old oil filter out, so I can start stripping the back of that off, because the seals that go in the back of that, they're not leaking, but I want to replace them because they're going to leak eventually anyway. So I know it's done then. Every seal is done. So I'm just going to undo this now. There's no point me, like I said, there's no point me trying to film it. You can't see it. So I'll show you when I've got it out. How does that look, guys? Does it look new or dirty? Okay. Worst thing about it, I dropped my ratchet into the bloody oil. To be fair, it don't look that bad. I've seen a lot worse. Looks fairly new. What I'll do now, clean it all out and take that seal off. Hopefully we'll have a new seal to put on. That's all ready to receive the new filter. But we've got to take the rest of the housing off now. Okay, the next part is to take the wool housing off and do the seals that hold this in place, the vanes for this. So it's really awkward to film this one, guys. There's the bolts there. If we can get that angle. Seal has come off and is stuck to the car, but that's the gasket we're going to replace. So I'm going to clean it all down now and I'll show you once I get the gasket out. Okay, that was a palaver trying to get that out of there. Anyway, that's out. That is the old seal. I think this hasn't long been done, because the reason why I say that, it's just still quite soft. Normally when they go, they're quite hard and brittle, and anyway, we're going to change it anyway, just to know that it's been done. Have the new ones there, so let's crack on now and get that one in and refit that at least, because I don't think I need to take that out again. It's a mess. I weren't going to do this, but I thought I've got all these, well, I'd be silly not to, wouldn't I? I'll do this now, and it's a case of we'll start fitting it back, and then we'll have a look at the sump next. Look at that, that is quite, sorry if you can see that, that's quite stiff, guys, and that's nice and rubbery, so obviously over time they do get deteriorate. Okay, that's in. Don't worry guys, I'll tighten that up now once it's in the car. Let's get that back in the car, guys. Let me just show you now. Back in place. Got to clean up all the oil that's everywhere, but it's all buttoned up, all done up tight as well. So the next thing we got to do is I got to clean up this mess. The next thing we got to do is we got to take the tension off this using a tool there. So we can get this off, to get this off, so we can get to the sump. So I'll get myself set up and we can crack on with that. Okay, this tool come from Powerful UK Limited, I think it is. I'm not sponsored by them at all or anything like that. I seen this and I thought this was a lot easier than using the big large bar. It also comes with this, and that fits in to hold it, the belt tensioner in place. So I'll just do that now.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, yeah. Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause some pain, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just...
There you go guys, the belt is off. just because I might as well. You know, you've taken it off. It looks fairly old. It's not cracked or anything, but might as well have it here now. Now that's off. The whole point of taking the belt off was so we can get the air conditioning pump out of the way so we can get to the sump, guys.
Those hands and lights can't stop me. I just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling that I get when
Okay, I'm gonna crack off every one of these bolts now and start taking the sump off, guys. Putting one back in, so I'm not underneath it when I take it off, and it's not gonna fall down on me. We've got these two big ones now, or three big ones, just going into the gearbox bell housing. Take them off and they should come out. Okay, the sump is off. There's the seal there. You can see where, look at that, well, it's been leaking down there. It's been leaking quite bad. Just looking at the bolts, you can see when you look at the bolts, they've been leaking through the bolts, and hopefully there's no nasties in there. So let's start cleaning up. So I've got it off. I'm chuffing myself to get that off. Right. Okay, let's get this seal off. This old gasket. Yeah, you can see that's failed. And there's no nasties in there, which is good. That is dripping. So what I'm going to do now, I'm gonna clean all this up. I've also got that seal to do. I know it's leaking from there as well. It's leaking from there, and I'm going to clean all this up. I'm going to have to invest in a GoPro, guys, so you can actually see what I'm doing underneath the car. I will do one. I will have one. They're quite expensive. Okay. Sump. I've cleaned the sump as best I can. That's the old gasket there. New sump. Clean sump, I should say. There's all the crap. I've got our sensor out, which is from there. Put a new seal on there now. It's come up alright. I haven't gone to town on it, but common fault, it leaked from you as well. They do supply you with new ones. Make sure you match up to make sure they're the right size. Okay, that's that done. Now I'm going to put the gasket on. Look, new one and the old one. So this should just sit up inside. Up inside there, so let's try that now. That's there now in place, so I am going to go back, but not tight. Torque it up then.
time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. It's best to not feel sorry when it's over. I will be the greatest that you've ever seen before, and I'll say
Well, you gotta agree, that looks 10 times better than what it was. So all I gotta do now is go around and torque these bolts to the right setting. So I'm gonna do that. Bear with me, guys. It's supposed to click. I was very lucky coming out. Excuse my French, but I shit my pants. Oh, I just need to order some more Sump plugs, Sump bolts. I just watched a video and a guy said you need to torque it up to 28 or 23 foot-pounds. It's supposed to click and it didn't. Snapped it. Absolute shit. So I'm just lucky that I got that off in one piece, guys. That could have been a hell of a lot worse. It's not a problem. I can put it all back up, minus one bolt, and crack on still. Whew! Problem averted. Missing one bolt now, but at least I've got it out. That could have been stuck up inside there and it caused all lots of problems. I need to have a tidy up a minute, guys. This place is like a dump now. There's rubbish there. There's bits of oil everywhere. I'm gonna have a quick clean up. I'm going to assess what I'm going to do next. Probably start stripping ready for the gearbox to come out and go from there. Okay, catching in 5. Okay. I've taken the battery box out. That's for that. Disconnected the gear linkage because we're about to take this gearbox out. So I've disconnected the gear linkage. I've got slave cylinder to remove. Couple of plugs, and then I can undo the top bolts, and then it's left with, I'll probably just leave one in. That's easy to get to, and I can set up that bracket then, and I've also got to take the drive shafts as well. So we'll crack on with that. Out. This is the trolley, can't really see there. Let this come, and it's on the floor there. Let's repeat the process for the other side.
You look good on the camera.
Right.
No.
That is the starter motor out of the way. I think that's all the screws apart from one. I'm going to leave one in there. I'm going to support this now. Ready to drop this. Okay, don't judge me on this, guys. Right, the bar is fitted. It's there to just the support. This side is ideally I could do with a chain, guys, and I could lower it down, but I haven't got a chain. So this will have to do. It's a case of I'm using this side to lower it down, and that side is there just to support the engine when I disconnect the engine mount this side. Gearbox mount. That is it, guys. I might even put a jack under there just to be on a safe side, but the engine is not going to go anywhere. It's supported on there, but just be on the safe side. I don't want to break nothing, so I might just put a jack or an axle stand would probably be better. I'll put an axle stand under there. That will hold it in place, And this is just to aid the gearbox down, guys. Okay, that is literally being left on this. I hope this works, guys. I really do. See the gearbox starting to separate? So it means it's coming away now. I just hope it don't fall to the floor. If this come apart like that, it means I think I've undone every screw. Okay, so there's nothing else holding that in, I think. Bloody nightmare. Fingers crossed it should just go down. That didn't come out because I didn't realise the engine wasn't at an angle enough, so it was catching on the spindle inside. But as soon as I lowered the engine a bit, it came loose, guys. So it's a lesson learned there. This cracking little buy, it was only 60 quid from my local Trago store. And the last time on the Audi A1 I had to try and lift it out by hand, and that has ruined my back for weeks. So this is definitely working. I will get a proper chain for it in time. This will do for now, as it's doing a trick, and it should lower it straight down onto there for me, so there is hardly any lifting.
One look, the heat is rising, and I've been cold for so long. One touch and we're igniting, setting fire to it all. You know these flames ain't going out.
There we have clutch out, guys. Is it clutch? Gearbox. My head is fried now. Okay, try and get a shot of the clutch. Not really, you can't really see much there, guys. Definitely dusty, so I would have thought it probably needs cleaning and replacing. So, but there's no damage in there, so that's good. It's not that bad, guys. It's just a bit dusty, which is to be expected. Thrust bearing seems alright. I don't know whether it's pretty new or what, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to replace everything, so we know it's all done. So in the next episode we'll be replacing the clutch, putting the clutch back together, putting the gearbox in. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who subscribed to the channel. I hope you're enjoying the content. This car is absolute, this is the most I've ever done on a car, to be honest. I know I took the gearbox out of the Audi A1, but I've done a lot of things to this car, and there's still no sign of it being done yet. So we're slowly getting there though, guys, and this car, hopefully in the next episode we'll have his gearbox back in and that'll be done, and then it's just a case of just putting it all back together and getting it running. So fingers crossed, guys, we can get this up and running, perhaps in the next one or the next one after that, who knows. But fingers crossed we can get it done. So guys, I will see you all next time.
We started out on a Wednesday and I'm